Alexa, stop. Good afternoon. I'm on my own. I don't mind. Yeah, this is a very impromptu one because I thought, oh, I'll do one. So I might not have anybody in. But hey ho, the merry-o. Let's see. Hey ho, the merry-o. Oh, gosh. Right, so where are you at? My little angel. Oh, I'll use that actually. I'll use that. Hello, sat. Hello, sat. Oh, we've got 2 people on already. Well, it's a bit of a misnomer today, ladies, gentlemen. It's a quick one. I need some me time. I'm doing lots of things, doing some nice stuff. Not telling you anymore. Covering books and stuff, using my paper. Really like that one. Using my foiling pen. And yeah, just having a bit of a breather. I had a wonderful day with Stephanie yesterday. Absolutely brilliant. I was with my mucker, my lovely Phil Martin. And I was really enjoying the time I had there. Really enjoying it because it was just what I needed. Just what you needed. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So yeah, I had a really nice day up a highlight cross. I wasn't working. And I did some. I thought it was rubbish, but now I'm looking at it again. Like I say, look after it. Look, move away. Look at it. You know what I mean? It's just totally different. Totally different to what was in your head. Sorry, that you perceived the day before. I'll show you. Not. Everybody's got to learn. I am no way have I done it before. And I thought I did okay. Some of them are well duffers, aren't they? Some of them are really duff. And that was a carnation, but it just ended up like a load of mould. Well, I got there. I got the tip thing right. Oh, they're not mine. They're Stephanie's. You can tell. Mine are shit. That was one of mine. Don't tell anybody. They're mine though. They're not bad. That's mine. That's mine. That is. Oh, that's Steph's. I picked up Steph's. You can tell it's her, can't you? These are my leaves. I think they're all right. Phil had some great walnut whips going on. I tried my best with it anyway, but the leaves, I think I sort of got the leaves okay. The leaves aren't bad. Got that. Anyway, I was really trying it. It's nice to be able to do something different, and I love folk art. I've been doing ideas for folk art in a different way for many, many years. So I thought what I'm going to do is I'll try it someone else's way and have a go. So anyway, today, good morning, everybody. If you're in and if you're not, let's have a look. We've got Sue Russell. We've got Facebook user. Hello. Oh, hello. Hi, Sarah. I'm having a good day. Hi, Facebook user. Hello, Sue. Angela, what wonderful work. Well done, you. Oh, yes, you would say that, Sarah. But yeah, they look a bit better today, but I'm never happy with my work. Hello, hey, you too. Angela. It is that. Angela, you're so right. I don't believe you, Sue, but thank you. And Dawn, hello. Hope you're feeling a bit better, my sweetheart. Well, I've got a number of things on in mind, and I was loving the what you call it, the idea of. Excuse me. I love the idea of doing the the mosaic, and this is one of my old templates. It's one that you go in your that goes in your journal, you know. So it's like flip into your journal, and I just like the idea of secretating. No, that's not a word, is it? Segregating areas, and using the paper that's already there, so you could use anything you want and just going with it. I sort of done it here as well, and I put some foiling on it, which I adore. This girl is on fire. Oh, there goes the ban in Bolivia, right? So anyway, I just thought I've got a few papers that I want to do it on. So I'm thinking that when I sort of paint this out, it's going to look a bit different in it. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to go for the lightest one, I think. I've got my images, which I've got here. So these are some old Moodles I've just found. And I thought, yeah, okay, there's some Euro Moodles. Here's some of my stamps when I've been repeating. Here's my little tit for tats. You know, all the little things. And I just pick them up, put them to the side, and then think, right, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So first things first, let's get a piece of paper that anyone can do. You've got paper, whatever you want, as a background. Gel plate, you name it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. And what we're going to do is just lightly, she says. Now you can spray your stencil or whatever you want. It doesn't have to be this shape. It could be anything. And you just drawing in it. Right, that is getting on my nerves now because that lies there. Can you see it? You can just draw around. Now, you can't see that. So for that reason, I'm using a black pen. Now I'm only using these. Whether they wobble, I really don't care. I haven't got a rooting toot in worry. But going back, if you'd like to do that painting, it's great. And also I've got some great little 101 classes. I've got a Cadence 101 where I've got a little wallet. I've got the wallet here all done. Well, it's not done yet. It's a prototype. I changed 10 times, you know, it's one of them. And I'll have to try and get it made. And all it is a booklet for you to put all your bits and bobs in that you've learned. So can you see that now? Yeah? Okay. So this is the really easy bit. You can either or inside or outside, okay? So I'm going to paint in a square, but all my background's done. So I'm really, you know, win-win. I'm on big table today, the big table, not the big one. Oh, I can't use that because I'll be whipping me. Will I be able to get away with that? No, this small one will do because otherwise we're knocking the camera. Right, we're going to use some white gesso. So she says, oh, I can't be bothered with that. I can't get the lid off. So I'll use a bit of white paint. There we go. Now what you can do, okay, is if you wish, right, don't put too much on because you don't want to be waiting all day for it. So what I'm just doing is, you could do inside. Well, if I did inside, right, you'd be here all day waiting for paint to dry. So what I thought was if I do the outside, it will give you an idea. Now, I've come across people doing this live. I'm charging you for it. So just shows you. This same technique that I've done for years. But listen, if people are willing to pay, then they're willing to pay. I just get a little bit everything. There's no free classes within it. So bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. Anyway. So just quickly going to run around all the. I'm using a flat. I think it's about a 12 brush. So it was what was in the box, and I'm just sort of dragging it through the paper. Now, if you do it on the inside, like I say, you're going to have to wait a while for the inside, but it looks really just as good, if not better sometimes, that the edges around, so you do each one of these white, the edges actually look really cool in contrast colour. I don't care if I get a little bit of white on it. I really don't mind. I really don't mind. You can do this with tape. If you've got masking tape or a nice washi tape, it does the same thing. You just don't, it's not a wet item to use. When you're painting with an edge, it's easier to wipe the excess off before you move on, because then you don't get that. But I really don't care about that. I really don't care. So here I'm going to go I'm knocking camera, so I'm going to keep my brush straight. And I'll have to do it from here. What you can do, like, I've not got enough paint on. What you can do is use a thicker piece of card so it doesn't go under. But it's entirely up to you. You can use masking tape. You can use anything you want to outline your pages, because they're your pages. That's it. You can use the width of your brush if you're good with lines. If you're not, then don't do it. Right. So I think we've all got papers with. I want to use another piece actually. So that's getting a bit dodgy. This is Mylar, so now if you're using the stencil, the idea with the stencil is even better, because you're using the stencil, you're going to be covering it up, so you can actually leave the stencil on while you're doing this if you're doing it negatively. So just going to push this in there. Just recently come across some behaviours. I was going to talk about them the other day, but I thought, no, I'll bring them up now. And it's my pet hate. Absolutely pet hate. And it's the old green-eyed monster. And I hate it. Hate it. You know, instead of people, I get it quite a lot. I'm happy for everybody and anybody, and there is room for everybody. But I experience it quite a lot as well. Like I say, it's or she makes it look easy. And then when I say, oh, you know, it's like, right, well, I'm going to do it. And you're like, whoa, you've been doing it 5 minutes. Give yourself a bit of time. And I just get a bit annoyed with people. And they forget where they've come from or whatever. And they own the world. And that's great. But there's room for everybody. And stealing ideas. And, oh, it gets me down. It gets me down. And I've had another one. So I've just, I need a bit of respite with my friends. And it's a daily troll. It really is. Having to put up with mindless crap on the internet. And yeah, there's a couple of us myself. I'm not going to say anybody else, because it's not mine to say anybody else. But if if a mate kisses on and I can ask her and she can shout me out. Sarah's very similar. We don't get involved, but people involve us. Before you know it, you're like, oh. But it's very clicky, the art world, so you're better off just being your own best mate. And if your face don't fit, and you're always yesterday's news, drop you like a brick. They move on, and then that person, when they move on to them, is like, oh, I didn't know. Of course they know. It's a load of bullshit. Right, okay, so I've got my little bit of background. Now, you can go really neat with it, but this isn't the brush to do it because I've used all sorts of crap on this brush. So, you know, a finer brush or a pen, a white pen at the end of it, or a black pen at the end of it will give you the edge that you need. So, to finish what I was just saying, my answer to that is be yourself. Don't be anybody else because they're all taken. And try to be inspirational and original. And my only hope is, I'm being so candid today, you've never heard me talk like this, is not some of it anyway, you've heard me moan, but my thing is, I hope to goodness that the people that matter you all see it, because it gets my goal when I can't say anything. Gets my goal, and I'm like, wow. Wow. Is nobody seeing this? Is nobody seeing that? Does nobody see the similarities in that piece and that piece? Does no one see the downright just copying? And it's not just me, it's everybody. But and I said to some of my close friends that I hope to God that people see you jump on the bandwagon, and it gets me down. But the words in a very wise man said, you've got to do it and move on, do it and move on, and then that way they've got to keep up with you. But it's so annoying. Anyway, okay, so that looks well dodgy, that bit, doesn't it? There, that's better, isn't it? So what I've done is I've outlined this, but I can't leave this paint here. It's just the law that I use it. So I've got some little stencils. And I'm just going to do some spots at the bottom on my stencils with it. Don't matter if it all blobs out. I wasn't going to use it anyway, was I? So, there we go. So, have I got any more? Because I've got a bit more paint there. Put it on this one. Yeah, so that isn't aimed at anybody in specific. That's not a word, specifically. But it always makes me laugh that, because if you think it's you, oh, why would you think it's you? Anyway, moan over. We all have it in life, don't we? Someone wants what you've got instead of being happy with their lot. They want your lot as well. But it's definitely cutthroat. And yeah, that's the hardest bit, though, you know, like you support or whatever, and then suddenly you're just yesterday's news and you're not wanted, and you don't even get a thank you or a bye or a leave or whatever. That's the hard bit, because you feel like if you've got depressive nature like me, that really cuts deep. Really cuts deep. Now, I've not been this. I have never ever been this open with people, so I do apologise, but it gets to the point where you can't hold it in. You've got to let it go. Let it go, as the song says. Right, okay, so all I've done is painted some circles on this because I didn't want to waste this. I didn't want to sort of waste the paint. I don't like doing that, but it's also a great idea of just doing backgrounds like that. Will you stop telling me I'm live? I know I am. Sorry, not you. There's a little thingy-majiggy button. It's popping up saying, you are live. No shit, Sherlock. Right, okay. I'll have to wash that in a minute. So I'm going back to this. Do it again, do it again, we learn. Right, I've got a Sharpie pen here. I'm giving these a bit of a whirl. Oh, got some more people in my ranting time. I didn't see you all. Let's have a quicker look. What's that mean? Oh, we've got Facebook user. Rat sass, love that. Rat sass. Oh, makeup, can you come do mine, please? I need my garden done and I can't do it. Oh, it is, Sarah. It's so worth it, isn't it? Wow, dear. Do you see it as well? Yeah. Oh, that was lovely, Linda. Thank you. I totally agree with you there. Totally agree. I'm glad you see it. I'm glad you see it. I'm sorry, yeah, it was a bit of a rant, wasn't it? Yeah. Hello, Carol. Hello, Mary. Welcome. Hello. I didn't think anybody would be around because I only announced it about an hour ago, which is it's not best, is it? I'm just going to chop it down. Do you know why? Because it's annoying me. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but when I can't move on till I've got rid of something. Now, where's the cutting thing here? Oh, it's at the end. Do you know what? I get so confused with all these. That cuts there and that cuts there. I don't think it's even blooming cut, has it? That cuts there, and you've got a cutting line there, and I'm like, oh, it's cut. I can hear it. There we go. It's getting better. It's not exactly a square, but it's squarer. See, I quite like that. I'll do something with that later. I might do it with my little book thing. Woo-hoo. So I'm on the big table, the big one, not the little one, the big table, like the big light. I'm using these. They were on offer in Asda. Thought I'd give them a bit of a whirl. This Sharpie ultra fine camera. Oh, your bobbins. What? Oh, that's shocking. Right. Okay. Well, it says permanent marker. So I think it's archival. It looks it. Ultra fine. Although I wouldn't say it was an ultra fine for us in the Moodling world. It's I'm sure it's something. Look at the paint all over me. I'm sure it's maybe a 3. Yeah. You can't see it, I'm sorry, the camera's shite today. Right, okay, look at the little blobs you get on this. I do love that. I couldn't draw that on, do you know what I mean? Anyway, shut up, get on with it. Right, Alexa, play traditional Chinese music, please.
The playlist Lunar New Year Celebration on Amazon Music.
Did I just... Alexa, stop. That's bobbins. Alexa, level 1. Right, okay. So I'm going to do some of my patterns. Some of my patterns I quite like on here. So I'm going to do some big ones here. See, I've got the background already done. Maybe on YouTube. Why on YouTube? Is that not a good idea? Do you not think on YouTube? Maybe, yeah. Maybe, yeah. So, advice taken. Although I have already done it on YouTube. So, well, I've just done a line there. Okay. I'm going to take Caroline off because let's see. So, yeah, what I'll do is, I don't know if I've said anything that I haven't mentioned anybody's names. Denise, hello, Denise. So I put 2 wiggly lines, but they look horrendous, don't they? So I'm going to go with a wiggly line. And then here, I like a little pattern that I've come in here. So it's like a little frilly bit. And then just put some extra. Is that a bit better for you? There we go. And all I'm doing is just going over any previous lines and wiggling. It is a good nib, but not for detail. I think going forward, I'd love it as an outline one. So I'm just going to put some little shapes in there. Like that. So that's one more or less done, and I've taken that from elements in this here. The next one is, I've not finished it. Don't think I've finished it. I want to move on and do some more. So in here, I'm going to do some bigger versions. So they don't have to be dead straight, but the straighter the better, really. But not drawn by ruler. I'm going to go at this one, do this one. Okay, with a bit of a twist on it. So I just did in the middle first. I realised because I've got the camera on the big table, I've got to keep my hands over here, not half a yard away from me. Maybe so I've got that. I'm getting my toes are in the carpet. My toes are well in carpet, let me tell you. Now, if you have got a stencil, something like these, I love my stencils, everybody knows that. You know, you can really go for it, but please don't worry if you haven't got a stencil, because it's very rare that I tell you to get like perfect lines ever. I don't want you to really, because it defeats the object. That's not what this is about, is it? There's things where you do have to be a bit, you know, horizontal and vertical and perpendicular and all that properly, but not with this. There we go. I'm just putting a half of a half, please. Half onto my white bit. There we go. So all I'm doing is completing the pattern in this shape. I'll move it in a second. There we go. Using, let's try now. I'm trying to avoid that, you see. Using continuation, so half circles round the edge, and then a bit of a running middle there. So you've got like the repetitive pattern. So that's that one done. I'm going to look for something else now and see things that inspire me. So there's some shapes here that I really love. So some of these patterns I adore. I really like the way that they run across. So I'm going to put another line there where it's bigger. If you've got the stamp, you can just stamp it. Makes life a lot easier. And then here. So we've got like little, oh, blooming neck after all that, you can't see it. So sorry, I'm so sorry you can't see it. So what I did was put like a big wiggle on it, and then a little, not a wiggle, a hump, and then I've put a little hump on the inside and just defined it like that. Because I was looking at this on my from one of my stamps, so I've done that. Okay, so I quite like that. Let's go for just sectioning that up, and then I do it again. I like to go, halfway, quarter way, and then keep working, because I find that it goes much neater for me that way. Like that. So it's got a bit skew width down here, but who cares? Amongst friends. So I don't want to do too much on that, but I think I'll get just a little circle, and then it's like a fricas. I like it. So I'm just doing 3s, 2s, 1s. Let me tell you, it's hard work trying. Oh, I'm giving you a bit of a wiggle there. It's hard work trying to keep those at 2, and then in between, I'm looking at this. What have we done in between? Not a lot. I'll leave it at that, because I think that's enough now. Yeah. So next thing, let's go back to our little graph thing, and I'm just going to put in some extra bits, so it looks like, you're meant to do it, not that they're just a second thought. So, and it just gives, you could do it again and again and again, as many times as you want. You don't have to just leave it like I am. You can even colour it in, which looks quite cool. So okay, so I've got a little bit more work on that. I want to do some more now. So I'm going to put something in the middle. I'm not too sure what it is yet. I've got an idea. Actually, I've got an idea. So it's not too big. That will do. That one. I think that one will be better. Not bad at this pen up to now. It's not ultra fine for us, but it's all right. It's all right. That's a song in it. All right. Yeah, I mean it's good. I think it's permanent, so we get a promise of it not fading when we wash it or put watercolors on, which is what we want. If you're doing a piece of work and it's suddenly a little bit of water near it and it all fades, it's gutting. So yeah, just have a go first with your bits and bobs and see how it feels, and then go from there. I'm just doing random different size circles in this just to look at how it works. That's it. I've not finished, but I'm happy with that. You don't have to do random circles like I have. You can actually do more precise ones. Done that one, done that one. I'm going to turn them round now to do a bit of work, because I always think I stick one way and I never think about other ways then. You know what I mean? You're just like stuck at that one way of doing things. So draw your circle. I've done one in the middle and then one the outside. Draw another one. Okay. And then this is one of my stamps. Well, similar. Like that, okay. And then we'll put some doofers in. So all I'm doing is, as I say, a quarter, half quarter, and all that business. Thank you to my patrons again. Your wonderful support keeps me sane and fed. Well, gets me a loaf or two during these hard times. So yeah, because I'm not working much anyway, by choice. So I'm doing a lot of drawing, which I love, and I'm doing a lot of me work, designing and realising that I don't need pounds and pounds and pounds to survive. I only need like the bare minimum, which is what I'm happy about. I'll never be rich, I'll never be famous and all that, but I'm happy if I can pay my bills and put food on the table. And like I say, I'm always very honest with you. I'm not on any income or help, and that's the bit that's hard, because I see people claiming stuff and I'm like, why should you get that? So here we go. I've put some little bobbles in the nipple guy there. Oh, it is pretty permanent, yeah. So I quite like, there's this in the middle of my poppy, and it's again in there. Can you see? So I'll do that there. I don't think people see some things. They're quite delicate. My stamps are tiny, so when they come to you, you're like, where's that come from? I haven't got a clue. So I'm going to go straight in with it. So I'm going to fit it. Oh, that's going to be Pete tongue. That is well dodgy, but it doesn't matter because it's only a little space. But I would see how I did that wrong, was trying to fit it in, and you shouldn't have bothered doing that. So what I'm going to do to just bring that back is give it a little line. I'm going to do that to all of them, but I just wanted to bring it back now because it didn't look right. So we've got that there. And we're going to look at some of these. So let's look at, I'm just thinking. So here, what I've drawn is half across, and then this is going very back to my early days, isn't it? So just putting some little lines in there, bringing these lines out from other places, making sure that it's following some type of design. Doesn't have to be exact as the pattern you're doing, but an element of the other designs in it. So I've got these little bobbles there, that little are on there as well. And I'm going to put a little bit of a doofer in that. So we've got some more to do now. Quite like big circles, so let's go for a big circle. Oh, big circle. So a smaller circle. There we go, like that. So just going to put there and there. I'm going to be careful how I draw these because these are going to be part of the pattern. They're like the middle of the flower petal, sorry. So we're going to go like that. Then we're going to go, which is like a yin and yang. And this is one of my stamps. So the idea is coming from that, and then I'm just going to change it up a little bit because I quite like the idea of the strands coming out now. The strands coming out from the sides. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to leave that for a minute. And I'm coming back to the top corner. And I think I need something to, go with this because we've got these lines and shapes. Oh, I know what'll work. Sorry, I know what'll work. You know this top one here? We'll put it down here. So like that. So there's the birds are singing like bonkers. Left my car window open last night. Blew my neck. Silly woman. No, only a bit, but it was enough to blooming, get my seat wet. There we go. We've got that little one in there, which is sort of corresponds with some of these. And a little bit of a bobble on that. And a bobble on that. I quite like that now. So I think we need another, maybe that way. So let's go for it. So it's not cutting right off. So I'll do it again. There we go. Go in like that. Gonna, and then, right, this is a frill. It's really easy to do. I don't have back, so it's the frill shape, right? So you don't need to have lines there. You just go like that, and you close it together, and it starts to look like a frill, especially if you put a dotted line through it like that, and then you can do another one. But you could do a figure of 8. That's quite nice. Figure of 8. I'll show you what that is. So that is like an S. It's just little patterns to fill in the shape, and then in here we can do something that we've done here, changing it up. So okay, let's have a quick look at this. So the first ones, let's have a pair, circle, 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 pair, circle, circle, pair, circle, circle. Second one's here. Oh, I've done it again. Pair, circle, circle, pair, 3 circles, and then another circle there. Here we'll just have 1 circle and then here we'll just have different height dots. So we get that, and then you can have a bit of fuzz around here. Let's have some fun. Not done bad, that. Right, so let's have some fun now. I'm looking for places that I need to colour in. So I'm going to go in straight away. That looks like a dog. Right, I'm not having that. There we go, it's pattern now. Oh, it looks even blooming worse. So we've got a pattern now forming, because you're not going to ever not see the dog, are you? Then here. And there we go. So coloured in the little dots. I'm thinking maybe we need some sort of shading in there, and maybe that's it. So we're adding detail as we're walking. We're not walking around at all. So I'm just going to add a little square here and give it a bit of a wobble. There we go. Let's look at this. So to me, it's going to need now, all we're doing is really, if you think about it, is just your drawings, we're just adding structure to it. We're not doing anything else apart from that. You really we put pressure on ourselves to have all these different things like wonderful, but you really don't need to have it like that, because the overall pattern does it all. Here, I had the line going through the middle, so in order to get rid of that, I've just done a few extra like that. And then we'll do the little baubles. We don't want one there. You don't have to do them all. It can be overpowering. There we go. So I'm going to put another running stitch on that now to make it look like a frill. And again with this. Like that. I think if I do another bit there, so if we do it sort of finishes it, doesn't it? Like nickel elastic. Right, so let's go. Now, the idea is when you go around it, if you've gone a bit wonky with your lines, then you incorporate the wonkiness. So let me show you. I'll do another one here. It's not really that wonky, that. So I'm going to go inside the white bit there. Right, so here, can you see you've gone over? Right, watch. You just touch it, you pen to it, and it automatically gets rid of any of those that look a bit of duffers. Like that. So that's quite nice now. So that I've not finished that one yet. Yep. You might only want one on the others. But I've gone a bit Pete tongue there, so I'll put some lines just to compensate that one. And I might just have that one with one. And maybe that one as well. With one wonky line. Like that. Okay. Nice. Not done that one. Right, so I'm really enjoying the fact that I'm using something I've already got. I've already got the coloured background and then just drawing into my coloured backgrounds, which you can add pencil over the top, you can add anything. If you know what you've done with your gel plates and stuff, so or your papers that you've bought, it might be from a USB, anything like that, you know. So the idea is that you know appropriately what products you can use on top. And just adding some decoration to the second circle. Just looking at what it probably needs now is a... Right, so what I'm doing is it's a very... I don't think there's anything really new today. I think this is something that we've all done before. It's just a new combination because at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do, isn't there? There's only like so many lines. It's a circle and a straight line, a curve and a line. That's it. The rest is I haven't heard hi Trisha. I haven't heard from Nick. He just sent that message out about being home and I put it out, but I've not heard from him, so I don't want to disturb him. And he has a lot of problems with his Facebook stuff, so I don't tend to mither him, but I hope he'll get in touch and I'll let you know. And here is the bigger one, and I was basing it on that, so it's kind of different shape. So not shape, it's the same shape, you silly old witch. You're just doing bigger circles, so you might have 3 or 4 or 2 or 1, different sizes. there's no rhyme or reason. You might want to go in and put like, okay, I'm having some little ones there, and there. This one's going to have one, that one's going to have that one, and that's going to have that one. So this one wants 3 in, and this one wants 3, and that one I'll have 2. So you get me? So no rhyme and reason with it. What I might do though is I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I quite like the idea of breaking those lines up with a bobble. With a bobble. Everybody loves a bobble. There we go. So like that. Okay, we've got a bobble. Just wondering about this here. So maybe if we just do doing like a like a seat shape or a pear drop like that, just to fill the space but not overpower it, because sometimes I fill the space and I don't have to, and so it's just a nasty habit I've got. So change it around how you like it, do what you want with it. It's entirely up to yours, but I'm just going to do some extra lines around here. So I'm just going to choose some, repeat the pattern. The pen's holding up. I'm quite impressed. So yeah, it's holding up. It's got a nice tone to it. I'm wondering how long the tip will stay this shape. Whether it'll go, bendy or anything. So this is where my respite comes in, just getting a wiggle on with me circles. Some of them are a bit hard to see, aren't they? Because it's darker paper, but they're there. I think. Right, okay, so I'm going to go back to this, and I think and it's like when you're beading, you can call this a picot edge, where you do 3, 2, 1, so it looks like a little triangle. You can do it. I'm sure there's a knitting term and a crochet term for the exact same thing. So there we go. It's quite nice. There's different ways of having this, isn't there? Like, it could be that way, could be that way, could be that way, and different, views of it. Thank you. Glad you like it. I'm just going to hop around now, doing a little bit of definition. So not on all of them, because it might be a bit overpowering, but I'm trying to incorporate where, my lines have gone peak tongue. So here, and then where they've come out a little bit, although it looks like free flowing, I don't want it to look too messy. She says, get off. Right, it's stuck to my arm. So I was going to leave that, but I'll just put a little bit of few on. I don't need a lot round it. This needs maybe some definition. That's it. And then, oh, that's better. So, look at them. They look a bit dodgy. Okay, so that's that bit. Got my pen. The pen's there. Done a good job. And I'm hoping that this one works now. So we're going to go in with the white. Be gentle with the pen. I'm hoping it's not going to play up because it's on this, but we'll see. We'll see. Because that's just been done, that bit. It's running out a bit there, so it might look a bit dodgy. So let's have a quick look at this. Just been listening to Glenn Miller, so I love a bit of swing. I used to jitterbug and jive to it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And with you sort of having the white here, the white is more noticeable than the black. So you can really sort of change up what you've done. So if what you've done does look dodgy, then use the black as a shadow. So it does look quite clever when you do it like that. You know, using, so I've changed some of them by doing that. So that's the nice bit about using dark colours and black and white. The papers look sort of wow. There we go, quite like that. Might put another bit in there. Like that. Put a bit of simple line work. Just putting an extra line in there to highlight that bit. Right, let's have a little look at here. So, trying to get rid of the bloody dog's face. I know, it's a carrot for Olga. So round those, leave some. You don't have to do them all. So I'm going over the black and putting a bit of white in the middle. Going over the black, white in the middle. So the pattern's there, but it's actually in the background now, so you're not actually seeing it all. So peep tongue really don't matter. So now, because you're actually going over with the white, you're creating emphasis in a different area. So you know, it might have been that the black was more prominent, but now the white is on, you can start to see how different it looks with the white on. So a black circle now looks far more interesting, well, I think. Like that. And then just put those on. Give it a bit of a there we go. So we've got a lot done today. Now, where am I going to put them here? I think here. Honestly, I really think a good white pen is your absolute best friend. Oh, we're missing one there. So we've done all the threes, and I might just do these a bit bigger. Like that. Repetitive pattern, very calming, and you have to think about it and don't, if that makes any sense. You sort of and you don't think about it. So, you know, you might start thinking of it. I've got to do this, and do it. And then as it repeats, you sort of mind drifts off and you bring it back. It's a bit like a car drive. You know, when you're driving and then you get there and you think, how the hell did I get there? It's one of them. You know you started, maybe. You know you finished. Well, I hope you did. But you don't know the rest of it. And you're like, whoa, what just happened? And it's a bit like that. It's a bit brain switch off, because you know what you've got to do. Now, when I'm stitching, I have to concentrate. There's no fighting about going off somewhere. I have to basically concentrate all the time. And you can tell when I don't. Right, I'm looking at that and I'm quite liking that as it is. I don't think I'm going to lift you up a little bit because it's obviously, I don't see it all like that. But I think that's not bad for an hour. I think it's a really nice idea. Well, the whole point was showing you an idea where you get a piece of paper and you work on that piece of paper that you've already created. So, you know, oh, look at this. We've got time. Oh, blooming heck, we've got loads of time. So I've got these circles here now. And this should be pretty dry. So I'm going to try one of my old pens now. And I'm going to see what it's like. I'm going to use a blue one. I'm going to see how it feels in comparison. Oh, it's thicker. And this is a 5, so it must be an 8 or something. Right, so I'm just creating lots of circles. Especially if you've got a punch, or if you do this on packaging labels, it's brilliant. I quite like that. So in here, I'm just going to put it's a bit sturdier, that one. I must admit, I'm going to go in with it, only because it's blue as well, that. So with this, I'm just going to go in with the black pen and highlight some of the of it. Just random shapes. There's no wrong, no right. Just all random. There. So let's look at this now. Right. We've got some nice patterns that are going in there, so I'm just going to put in I'm just using lines now. Like that. Oh, I quite like that. So I think there we go. So added circles to it and lines and that, and then there we go. I like that as well. Cool pattern. Oops. Oh, must be a little bit damp. So I'm just putting some don't like the paint. Because I've been painting on the paper, haven't I? So yeah, it's coming, it's showing now. So yeah, it looks like it doesn't really like working on paint. And it is fairly dry. It's not like I don't really like it. So it just shows you, doesn't it? You know, not all pens are the same, obviously. So gonna like a spiral in that one. So I'll just do it. Let's try it here. Oh, it's killing my pen. I'll have to give it a bit of a sand. It's going back. So we've done another one here. That one needs a bit more of a. Yeah, that's better. So we've done those little ones. If you've got a punch and you punch them out now, you've got great little reminders. Like if you was to punch that out, maybe a bit bigger than that, you'd have all them in there. Like look, cool little labels. It's great to just. That's what I mean. It's so simple to do, so easy to do. Then we go back to what we did this from the start, where we did all this. Jelly roll. Did you want to see my pen? Sorry, I get carried away, don't I? It's a Jelly Roll 10. Yeah, Jelly Roll 10. Sorry about that, guys. And my Sharp is the one, but yeah, that's the white pen I've been using. So to finish it, let's go with a little bit of white on here. And let's see how the white now goes on. So this is the Jelly Roll pen on top of paint. I'm loving it. It really is going on easier. But will it stop doing it in a minute? Oh, God. I like these little circles. They look like barnacles. This needs a bit of work. See what I mean about having that white pen? It takes something from rubbish to less rubbish. No, it really does make a difference. You are, nowadays, like I said, everybody's moodling, but not moodling. Everybody's doing some sort of moodling anyway. Might call it doodling, whatever, and tangling. But I'm not a certified tangler, so I can't comment on that. But just having the right pens on, just make everything that you do. You might start with a sort of subconscious, no way, you're not even knowing you're doing it, and the next minute you think, oh, I need to put a bit of that there, and that, oh, a bit of that will look good, and you're making it from nothing into something, and I love it because they look quite cool now. I could go as even further, not farther, and just see how these look on the top. They certainly look good on me plate stuff when I was doing this. They look brilliant on around there. Just to show you now, I'll wiggle it a bit. Can you see? No, it's rubbish. Too light here. Can you just see the gold? There you go. You could even go. But it's whether your pen will go. Now, what I would use, and I'll try and get you a 10% off with Moodle 10, is my foiling pen. And what that does is it foils. So next one I do, I'll use my foiling pen and I'll get you a discount code. What shocked you? Oh, thank you. Yeah. I did these, Sarah, a couple of years ago now, and my stencils, and I did a series of different shapes that all come together, and they work really, really well. They're very popular. I've got some others coming out, so it just makes it life easier because you can just draw it through. But yeah, so they're overlay ones. But yeah, so let's have a quick look at what I got it from and where all these designs have come from today. Oh, don't forget, I'm not doing it now, but I've also done it on that one as well. So today we was looking at some Euro moodling with the different colours. You see, then we use this pattern. It is seriously is. It's a miles better space. And once you start one, you can't stop. You add more and more, Sarah. So one little space divided is so easy to conquer than a big one, step by step. So here's some of the shapes that I've used. You've got the stamps, use the stamps as well. Some of the textures in it, all from these stamps that are mine. and especially this one, which is like very much my Asian inspired, or yeah, it is very much Asian inspired, Indian inspired. So we did that. We did the two, and yeah, it's just been thoroughly enjoyable as always. I'm just sorry I've got to stop now and get on with some work, but you know, life calls. Oh, another thing that you can do, which is really cool, which really it's neither here nor there, is just you can't see it. Can you see the two? So if you want to break up the space in between, you know, add some small doodles like that, so that it becomes a whole thing. See, it doesn't look just what is it, all separate. So that's another little idea. And then we did our gold inspired ones, which were just me going in the stencil, painting in the stencil. Queen of stencils I am. There's another one I did. I was using the foiling pen. So I'm going to do some foiling pen with you next time. I think it could be Thursday now. And then I'm going on a workshop and I can't wait. I'm going on the workshop. I can't wait. Going on the workshop. I can't wait. And believe it or not, you're not going to believe what it is. You won't. I bet you will not guess it. You won't guess it. I know you won't guess it. It's just impossible because it's things I did years ago that I'm doing again. And I did them many, many years ago when I did my fibre part of my degree. And yeah, it's doll making. I have to tell you, it's doll making. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I will love you and leave you. Get back on with a bit more work now because I feel energized. Maybe not energized, but what's the word? Headagized. Don't think that's a word. Oh, you're more than welcome. And I might cut the rant out and just quieten it the first part if it was too much. If it was too much, then I'll cut it out. So thanks so much for your time. Give me a couple of days and I'll back on. So I'll let you know when I'm on, so you can either avoid me or join me. And I'm very happy to see you all. Like I say, yeah, I'm refreshed and I'm hoping to go and watch everybody else's lives. So if I get my work done, I can go and see what's on and around. But yeah, I've loved it. Thank you, Carol. I know. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Alison. Really appreciate that. And my thumb's not working either. It's driving me nutty all the way down here. Can you see it? A little bit. The other one's different. And yet they'll both look the same. Oh, that one's driving me nutty. Right. Speak soon. Bye. Where's the off button? Oh, there it is.